It seems as if though there is an uproar within the WWE organization since Vince McMahon has come back to take the helm as chairman and CEO once again. First, it is the resignation of the former co CEO Stephanie McMahon. And if you think that everything is peachy at home, don't believe the press releases. I'm Todd Tanner. This is Wrestling News Now. I'm going to be reading some things from the Bleacher report, and let's talk about the headlines. WWE rumors on Backstage morale amid Vince McMahon's return. Jay White and new signing. So here it is. WWE talent reportedly feeling uneasy over McMahon's return. Morale among WWE superstars is reportedly on shaky ground following the return of Vince McMahon for the company last week, or to the company last week. According to PWIinsider.com, Mike Johnson, there is far more of a worry and a feeling of unease among WWE talent with McMahon back in the fold than there was when he retired in July and was replaced by Triple H as head of creative and Stephanie McMahon as chairwoman and co-CEO, despite McMahon failing to properly report millions of dollars in hush money. He paid to multiple women in exchange for their silence regarding sexual relationships with him, as well as allegations of sexual misconduct against him. McMahon was able to force his way back onto the board due to being WWE's majority shareholder. Actually, that was the plan all the time. McMahon never had any intentions of resigning and going off into the sunset and enjoying his life. He intended to come back, and because McMahon wants to retain control until the day he can no longer be coherent enough to do so. He was also unanimously voted in as chairman of the board on Tuesday, while Stephanie resigned from her co-CEO role, making Nick Khan the sole CEO. Fightful Select, H/T Jenkins of Ringside News, reported that multiple WWE superstars expressed confusion over what the changes to the company will mean for them. Prior to McMahon's official return, Lauren Thomas of the Wall Street Journal reported McMahon was planning to return in order to play a role in exploring the possibility of a sale of the company. CNBC's Alex Sherman later reported that WWE hired investment banking company JP Morgan to serve as an advisor during sales talks. Sherman also noted that if the sale happens, it would likely occur within the next 3 to 6 months, which is the same timeline during which television rights negotiations are expected to take place, as WWE's current deals run through 2024. There is currently a great deal of uncertainty within WWE since it is unclear if McMahon is merely back to focus on big picture issues or if he could potentially attempt to return to the creative side of things. Well, let me help you. The man is back to take control of his company. The man, Mr. McMahon, is back to show them who the boss is, bottom line. So there's no misnomer about it. There's no guessing. There's no pretending. And it won't be long before McMahon will be on screen again. And you can mark Todd Tanner's words on that because it's already in the making. WWE made tons of roster cuts in recent years with McMahon running the show, but several performers who were released under McMahon were re-signed during Triple H's tenure as head of creative. Johnson noted that most WWE talent has been far more happy and comfortable with Triple H holding the creative reins. And while every indication right now is that he will remain in that role, the future is cloudy, especially if a sale occurs. And not going to happen. Triple H will be resigning too at some point in time. So, is the WWE reportedly confident in signing Jay White? Amid rumors of Jay White leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling and signing with an All-American Wrestling promotion, WWE reportedly likes the chances of landing the two-time IWGP World Champion, according to Fightful Select. White is garnering interest from both WWE and AEW, but sources within WWE are confident he will ultimately choose to sign with WWE. Fightful also reported that while White's contract is up relatively soon, other promotions can't officially engage in contract talks with him until his New Japan Pro Wrestling or NJPW deal lapses. White is scheduled to face Haikyulio in a loser leaves Japan match at New Japan Pro Wrestling, the beginning on February 11th, or the new beginning on February 11th. That stipulation could be a sign that White's contract is up sometime in February. The 30-year-old White has wrestled for New Japan since 2015, and during that time, he has cemented himself as one of the company's top stars. In addition to 2 world title reigns, White is a one-time IWGP Intercontinental Champion, one-time IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion, and one-time Never Openweight Champion. The New Zealand native is widely regarded as one of the best in-ring performers in the world. And from an all-around perspective, an argument can be made for him being the top talent not currently signed to a WWE or AEW deal. White has made a few appearances for AEW due to its working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So while that could give AEW a bit of an edge in negotiations, WWE can offer White an even bigger platform to perform on. So here's something else that's going down. WWE was reportedly continuing to beef up its NXT roster with the signing of former NJPW star Carl Fredericks. According to Johnson, Fredericks' New Japan contract expired in August, and he has since signed with WWE and reported to the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Fredericks is WWE's second major NXT-related signing in the past few weeks, as former New Japan Pro Wrestling Ring of Honor, CMLL, and AAA star Dragon Lee signed with the company last month. The 32-year-old Fredericks joined New Japan in 2018 as part of the LA Dojo, and while he did wrestle some time in Japan, most of his work occurred in the United States, most recently as part of New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. Around the time Triple H stepped away from WWE in the summer of 2022 to deal with a heart condition, NXT changed from a brand littered with stars from the independent scene to more of a developmental brand focused on wrestlers with limited experience. Now that Triple H is back and in charge of WWE creative as a whole, NXT may be evolving again into a mix of indie talent and brand name talent. Given his experience level, Fredericks could be a major asset to NXT, and he could play a big role in helping newer wrestlers pick up the sport faster. I'm Todd Tanner for Wrestling News Now.